Sports Illustrated staff writer Mike McDaniel. Mike, good morning to you. It is an exciting weekend for college football fans. There's 3 top 25 matchups on the schedule this weekend. Clemson versus Georgia. You've also got Notre Dame versus Texas A&M and LSU versus USC. Which one's got you most excited?
Notre Dame, Texas A&M, in my opinion, is the biggest game of the weekend. Mike Elko is in his first year at Texas A&M. Actually was a former defensive coordinator at Notre Dame under Brian Kelly, and now he's hosting Notre Dame in his first game as Texas A&M's head coach in his return to College Station, where he was also a former defensive coordinator. So now he's leading the Texas A&M program. They have a lot of talent on the defensive line. Notre Dame's starting left tackle was lost in training camp. He's out for the season. So that's really a matchup to watch up front. How does Notre Dame adjust both to road environment and in the trenches against a really good Texas A&M defensive line that have multiple future NFL stars on it?
Top-ranked Georgia is 42-2 over the last 3 seasons, but the Bulldogs, they've got tough road games, I should say, against Alabama, Texas, Ole Miss this season. How do you think they're going to fare?
Yeah, they're as talented as any team in the country, but they have a really tough draw in terms of their SEC schedule. Of course, Texas and Oklahoma are entering the fray in the SEC for the first time this season as two of the conference's newest entrants. And having to draw Texas in year one is a really tough ask. Texas has a really talented program, a really good quarterback in Quinn Ewers, a bunch of offensive talent. And Georgia's got a team they're as talented as any team in the nation, both offensively and defensively, multiple NFL stars across the board, a veteran quarterback in Carson Beck. But anytime you're going through that grind of an SEC schedule, especially with some of the games they're going to face on the road, it makes it hard to believe that Georgia is going to go through the entire season undefeated. But they are still certainly a team to watch in the 12-team college football playoff and have as good a chance as any to make the national championship game.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out for them this season for sure. Let's talk about the defending champs, Michigan. They open up against Fresno State tomorrow. The Wolverines, they lost plenty of players to the draft. They also lost their head coach, Jim Harbaugh. He took off for the NFL. Can Michigan get back to the title game?
It would be very hard. They're breaking in a new quarterback in Alex Orji. They have an total offensive makeover, in my opinion. They do have Donovan Edwards still at running back, who was a contributor last year, replacing a ton of talent on defense. This is a team that was preseason top 15. They do have plenty of talent. They've recruited really well. Sharon Moore, of course, is a holdover from the old staff. They're dealing with a bunch of off-field ramifications. They received a notice of allegations from the NCAA over the Connor Stallions videotaping of opponent signals last year. So they're dealing with some off-field distractions as well, in addition to all the talent loss. I think Michigan has a chance to compete in the Big Ten, but I think they're more like the 3rd or 4th best team rather than the top team in the conference, especially when you consider Ohio State and new conference entrant Oregon. Oregon is one of those teams that I think could certainly make a push for a national title game along with Ohio State this year.
I want to ask you quickly here about the new look we're going to see with college football playoffs this year, expanding to 12 teams. As a Florida State fan, I'm excited to see this. I think we got snubbed last year, but that's neither here nor there. A lot can happen between now and January, but who are you looking at as potential title contenders?
Yeah, I mentioned Ohio State and Oregon. I think Georgia is certainly in the mix, as well as Texas. I think those are 4 teams you certainly have to keep an eye on. There could be another team out of the SEC to watch. Ole Miss has a really good program. They've made strides consistently under Lane Kiffin. This is the most talented team he's ever had. But I think when you're looking at potential national title, I think it certainly has a really good chance this year to come out of either the SEC or the Big Ten. You mentioned Florida State, obviously lost the opener against Georgia Tech. They still have a pretty talented team. I think a team that can certainly win the ACC. But I think when you look at kind of the other conferences across the country, I think the SEC and the Big Ten are the 2 conferences that are most likely to have a national title winner this year.
Either way, happy to have college football season back. Mike McDaniel, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.